G'day folks, Mark Higgins here from Unique Cars magazine. I'm with Paul Freestone and we're standing in front of an absolutely gorgeous FJ Holden ute. Paul, welcome.
Thanks, Mark.
Tell me about the ute, tell me what you've done with it, what you were thinking and what you're going to do with it.
Okay, well it's been about a 12-year project, similar time to the sedan, the 48215. It runs a 63 engine with an aluminium head, roller cam, roller rockers, triple Webers, Tremec 5-speed in it. Probably a very similar diff to what the Commodore Oz cars run. 4-wheel discs, it's even got actually Corvette seats in it, that was by accident. It drives absolutely well. I took a friend of mine for a drive in it the other day and he couldn't believe it. It was just sometimes you do these things and they don't come out really good.
Yeah. We're
really happy that it's quite a good driver.
Right.
So the plan is, this is another moment of madness, we're taking this 48215 that's just about to rattle into the door. We're taking a 48215 to Laguna Seca,
right,
to race it at the Historics in August.
Right.
We've been talking about this for quite a long time.
Right.
So the ute's going as well. We were fortunate enough, Rob Rowland from the Healy factory lent us one of his 40-foot containers, so there's two for the price of one.
Right.
This will be our road car in America. We've now got a 2.8 definite with a 5-speed, really good on American freeways. We certainly won't over-rev it over there. And of course the 48 Holden is now fitted with a Repco crossflow engine.
Okay, so Americans are going to see an FJ Holden ute for probably the first time ever on their freeways.
We assume so, and we believe that it's the first time the 48's ever raced in America as well.
Okay.
Designed, of course, in '46, and the prototype's built in America for the Australian market.
Yeah.
Sort of our T-Model Ford, it's our first mass-produced car.
Yeah, sure.
The ute will be a bit of a head turner. It's one of those things, because at Laguna Seca, you go to an historic meeting there. If you turn up into a period car, you get a tag and you can park it in the paddock, which is, I think, a great idea for spectators.
Totally.
It's just a bit of common sense. You don't want them scattered out in the car park, you want them in the racetrack.
Sure.
So the committee have been absolutely fantastic. They're really looking forward to both cars turning up.
Yeah.
And, fingers crossed, everything goes well.
Yeah. Well, let's go and have a look at the 48215.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Okay.
Righto. Well, here's the 48215. Here's the race car. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
12 years ago we started on the 48215. It originally had a red motor in it.
Yep.
With a 5-speed gearbox in it. It was built to try to win early classic in Targa.
Okay.
When they changed the rules to outright, we looked at the specifications and we thought, wouldn't it be fun to build a 48 Holden and see if we could make it work?
Sure. Why not?
And go fast. So we did, and I think we might have upset a few people. I don't know what it is. When you pass a GT3 on Aerosmith, I can't understand why they're upset about it.
No, I can't.
No, I just couldn't get that. Anyway, there was a little bit of argy-bargy among some of the competitors, but I think it was all in good fun. So when we decided to stop doing Targa in 16, we were sort of thinking, what are we going to do with the old girl?
Yeah.
And of course, we're very fortunate to be invited to Laguna Seca in 17.
Yes.
And got to know how everything works over there. And we were talking to the guys and told them we've got this old Holden. And they said, does it comply? I said, no. And they said, oh, can you make it comply? Can I work on it? So we went back chapter and verse, read the car in the day. Their rules say you can race the car as it was in the day.
So we're talking early 50s, late 50s.
That's right.
Early 60s.
Well, up until 60.
Up until 60,
yeah.
Okay.
So we took the Gagan car, for example.
Right.
And the boys, when you think about what they created out of that old black Holden, there was sort of no rules, if you know what I mean, in the day.
Well, that's always handy in motorsport.
Well, that's probably why they developed rules. So it had underbody skirts, it had aerodynamic headlights, it had lightweight panels, it had 4-wheel disc brakes, Riley 4-speed gearbox. So we looked at that, and of course you could run a Repco crossflow head or a Wagon twin cam head in the day.
Okay.
There was nothing, and of course the engineers, and that's what makes motorsport,
Yep.
looked at that and they were just having a red-hot go. So we wrote back what we've got in the car, what we're going to do to change the car,
Right.
and they accepted the car for the logbook we present them with.
Okay.
So the car is running a 2.2 litre grey motor,
Right.
with a Repco head on it.
Yep.
We've updated the rocker gear on it because
Yes.
they're an old Vincent motorbike, so they weren't that reliable.
Right.
So lucky Paris Acott and Neil Burns got together and said, "We'll massage this," and the whole idea is not to make it go faster, is to make sure it lasts.
Okay.
Because we don't want to go all the way to America and
No.
have an issue. So the car's been running on a engine dyno, and they've given it a fair bit of curry on the dyno. We've found a few little gremlins. We had a distributor problem, we had a carburetor problem. Lucky enough, the car's just come back from Paris's off a rolling road. We're pretty sure that it's okay.
Yep.
I'm actually going to drive the car down the Great Ocean Road this weekend, and they'll all be safe down there. I'm just going to cruise along and just make sure we've got no other gremlins in the car before we
Okay.
load next week.
Right. So how many horsepower are we talking? Because motorsport's a horsepower game.
Well, yeah, there was this guy called Bert Munro who had this old Indian, and he was pretty
That's right.
excited. He went from a pretty low level horsepower up to a fairly high level horsepower. Well, we took a 60 horsepower grey motor, and now it's got 192. So,
Right.
So I think we sort of headed in the right direction there.
I think you won the Burt Munro Award already, actually.
Love that movie. So it's, but it's not about winning at Monterey. It's about competing.
Yes.
It's spirited driving.
Yep.
And it's all about, you want to go there and have a good time, and you've got to have reliability, because
Yep.
you know, to take a car to any racetrack is a big day out.
Yep.
To get, especially old cars.
Yeah.
To get them over there and compete and be able to drive them back, put them back in the container, fantastic.
Okay. Where did you find the car originally?
Paid $1 for it, out of a gum tree in Diamond Creek.
Right.
We've still got a few parts hanging around this place. There's some doors up on the wall up and
Okay.
over there. I think there's a bonnet laying out in the garden there, rusting away nicely. And that's where it started.
Okay.
We used, the great thing about my golf game as motorsport, over the journey we've met some fantastic people, some great engineers, very competent people. Paris Acott was responsible for creating the race car as far as the shell goes.
Okay.
And he, you know, when you have a look at it, the roll cage is today.
Right.
You know, it sits back from the seat. It's a beautiful balanced car. You weigh it, it's 50% each end. When you drive the car, it feels like a late model car.
Okay.
Yeah, it does feel very comfortable.
Right.
Neil Burns, of course,
Yeah.
if anyone knows Neil.
Yeah.
He's responsible not only for looking after the TCM car, these engines, and he and Paris got together. We found the engine in a garage on the other side of town in the sandbelt, and it unfortunately had a crack in it. Paris repaired the crack in the head, so that's another thing we've got our fingers crossed. And they've come up with this, you know, so far everything's heading in the right direction.